This is going to be a topic I talk about a lot throughout. This is not my first video on this, and it won't be the last video on this. But don't be so quick to take probation, okay? Don't be so quick to take probation, right? Sometimes 30 days in jail might be better for you than 3 years probation, because probation ain't necessarily easy, right? And a lot of times the court will put conditions on you that don't even relate to anything related to the case. You might get charged with theft, and then all of a sudden they'll have a no alcohol condition. No, you know what I'm saying? Piss testing you. Like, why are you giving me piss tests? This is not a drug case. I'm not charged with having drugs. There's nothing in my criminal history, nothing in my life that says I use drugs. Why are you making me do it? Because the court puts standard conditions on you, right? And probation can be tough. It limits where you potentially live sometimes. Let's say you want to take a job opportunity in another state. You might not be able to go if you're on probation, right? It ain't always an easy fix. Sometimes it's hard to get in touch with your probation officer. Sometimes they call you last minute and make you jump through hoops and come back down because of something they messed up on, right? Sometimes you get a directive changes and they bring you back in, and now you got to do something differently that you've been doing one way for all this time that worked for you, and now the court is changing it up, right? Probation can be difficult, right? It can be difficult. So it's not always a quick fix. As an attorney, I have some clients who I know aren't good probation candidates just because the way their lifestyle is, their living situation, it doesn't bode well for them finishing probation successfully. So sometimes I might advise them, hey, you sure you might want to just do 30 days or 60 days in jail instead of doing probation or considering prison? So it just depends, right? Obviously, we never want somebody to have a conviction. They can avoid it. And getting a deferred adjudication, a type of probation in Texas, can avoid a conviction, even though it stays on your record still, right? It stays on your record. It's not a full conviction. So we want to avoid somebody having a conviction. That's why sometimes we talk about people getting probation. But even with that, sometimes people just aren't the best probation candidate. And your situation isn't the best probation candidate. So nothing is cut and dry. No one situation fits everybody the same, right? So look at your situation with your attorney and see, if that situation would work for you, right? Because it might not. It might not. Right? So don't just assume, I'll just take probation. That might not always be the best thing, right? But as always, talk with your attorney, wherever you are, and take that person's advice and see what they're saying, because they're in a better position to know your life, right? Don't just listen to this video and say, Brandon said, man, don't give me probation. That's not what I'm saying at all. But it's not cut and dry, right? It can be very difficult. So keep that in mind.